Hi everyone, it's Lillian here from Stamper's Niche, and I know I don't normally come to you at this time of the day. It's not replacing tonight's Facebook Live, but I'm just creating some of these little treat holders, and I thought you might like to see how it's done. So this was made with the Meandering Meadows Designer Paper. I'm going to make it with the what's it called? With the Flowering Zinnias today. But they come together really easily and they might look pretty cute on your table for Easter or from some other occasions. So I use the Garden Meadow die set. Now you could substitute any dies that you want, but I used this die right here, which I use for a lot of different things actually. And I cut out two of these. So these were cut out with this die. So we've got those. We're going to put them to the side. Then I designed a little compartment, I guess you could say, to go between those two dies. So you can see this is the die here, and then we have this in between to make the holder. And I took a piece of 5x6 basic white paper. I'll just bring in this here. And I scored it with the 6-inch side at the top at 2.5 and 3.5. So even though this is scored, I'll do it one more time just for you. So 3.5. Pardon me, 2.5. Getting ahead of myself. 2.5 and 3.5. That's with the 6-inch side at the top. So you can see here, it goes all the way over to the 6, like that. Then we're going to do a quarter turn, doesn't matter which way, and we're going to score in 1 inch from each side. And I kind of like using this and just going like that. So there's 1 inch. Then I'll flip it around and go here. You can do it the other way if you want to, by going at 1 inch and then at 1 inch and then at, pardon me, at 4 inches. Your choice. So on here, I actually showed it at 4 inches. So 1 inch, 4 inches on the 5-inch side, and on the 6-inch side at 2.5 and 3.5. So that's how that goes. And we're just going to make the box first. I'll leave this here so you can see it. And I should just make sure that I'm actually broadcasting here. And while that's coming up, I am going to do some snipping here. And this is the 6-inch side here and here. You can see here, I'm going to cut down to those 1-inch marks on either side. All right, so you can see here on the paper. So I'm going to cut here and here. I think I cut a little bit too. I'm just going to cut a little bit more off there. And then when you're making a box, on the little flaps, it's always good to take a little wedge out. And it's not a science. You can make it whatever size you want. Because it was white paper, I didn't cut right on the fold. I'm just doing a little correction here. I'll cut it better on this side, hopefully. So I'm cutting just inside the fold, and then on the flap part, I'm taking out a wedge. So we'll get those out of the way. And so now it's looking like that. So that's, you can see these, this is where I did the cutting. And so there we go. Move that out of the way. And I'm just going to fold and burnish on all those fold lines. Lining up my edges, keeping everything nice and square. And all the folds are going in. Because we're making a box, they're all going to go to the inside. like that. So now you can see that it would be like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a strong adhesive because it's going to be a box. So you could use the liquid adhesive, you could use this, you could use the Seal Plus, or this. I'm going to use tear and tape right now, but as long as it's something strong. So I'm going to just put a bit of tear and tape on those two little flaps, there and there. And then I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to put it on here and here. So I'll just review that with you. So on the side that's folding up, I put it on the flaps, then I flipped it over. So what you would think of as the inside, I put here. So they're going to be the final piece. So that's how that's going to go. So let's take those protective pieces off of the tear and tape, the little backings, and I love to use my, take your pick tool and come in from the side. If you have trouble picking it up, whoops, static electricity is always good here. So I'm going to actually, the side that doesn't have the tape on it, I'm going to just put it there so it's nice and square. Do the same on this side. Like that. So now we have half of our box. All we have to do is take the backing off of this and then wrap it around and fasten it. So let's bring that in, and I always like to just, well, I put it down before I planned on it, but that's okay. It worked out perfectly like that. And if you can't get your fingers in, always take your bone folder and then just really press hard to make sure that's really stuck down. And now we have our little box, and you'll notice I designed it so that it's the same size as this little window here. So if you had a different panel, you could widen this piece or narrow it, make it more narrow, whichever works, whichever you need, pardon me. So I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to bring these two together, and I'm going to put them so that the inside is, they're kissing each other, you could say, and the good ones are on the outside. And then I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Actually, I'll bring in the mini one. And I'm going to bring in the smallest circle from the Stylish Shapes. And that's how I made the little handle. So we'll bring in the smallest circle. And I better put my plates back down. I took them all off here. So I'm going to go like that. And just eyeball it to center it. And just trying to keep the two of them together. Why I'm cutting them both at once so that they're in the same spot front and back. That's my reasoning there. So put it down, run it through. And take it apart. Whoops, I dropped my plates on the floor. Guess you could hear that one. You've got these great little circles that you can use on another project, or you might even stamp a little word on that and use it on this project. All right, so now one of your die cut circles is much nicer than the other one. I got them a little off center. Oh well, I will fix that with a bow. So this is going to be my front. So let's put this one to the side and bring this in. And I took the Flowering Zinnia paper. It's so bright and happy for this time of the year. And again, I took the Stylish Shapes dies and I used the square, the second largest. So not the largest one, but the next one. And that fit perfectly in here. So I cut out a piece from the Flowering Zinnias, and we'll just put that on the front as a decoration. Now this idea was not original with me, and again, you can just sort of decide how you want it. I don't think it matters. I saw it, a long time ago by another demonstrator in, I think, Great Britain. I believe it was Liz Shannon, but I'm not totally sure. So if you know, you could let me know. So now we've got our box. We've got this panel. If you wanted to decorate this anymore, you could do it, but I'm going to just put it on. So it's going to go right on, so the edges are flush. That's how it's designed, and the bottom is flush. So that I don't get adhesive where I don't want it here, I'm going to put the adhesive right on the box. And this, I like the green glue, the liquid multi-purpose liquid adhesive, because it gives me wiggle room. So I'm making sure that it's flat at the bottom and flat at the sides, and it is. And now I'm going to bring in my bone folder and give it an extra push right here. I see some people watching, yay, 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 because I really did just jump on it at spur of the moment. So thank you for saying hi and letting me know you're watching, or even if you watch this later, please let me know that you caught it. So it really helps a lot. So I really got my circles off center, but that's all right. So I put this here again. I'm going to stand it up. Now I could have put decorative paper on this side as well. I didn't, because I'm just showing you this quick and easy. So now basically we've got our little box done. Now what you could do is you could dress it up with ribbon. You could dress it up with some tags like the Flowering Zinnia paper. These are some of the colors that are in there. There are tons of colors in there, as you can tell. So we could put a little tag and put someone's name on it, or just say for you or something like that. We could tie a ribbon on it. We've got here, this is Lemon Lolly. I was looking through my stash of ribbon to see what colors I had that might coordinate, and this is Lemon Lime Twist. So the few of you that are watching, do you have a choice? Which ribbon should I put on here? Lemon Lolly or Lemon Lime Twist? You can just put green or yellow. That would be good. Whoops. Green or yellow? Which should it be? Green or yellow? Any thoughts? Yellow. Okay, yellow it is. So seeing I've got this off center, I'm going to try to tie my bow that way. Now I'm just going to put it through one because I want to tuck some things in here later, but they easily, just let me pull this out for a minute. They easily go together, and you can tie it closed as well. It looks really cute that way. So we'll just put this through. And you could tie just a little knot. I'm going to tie a little bow. Be brave on camera. I might not have given myself quite enough ribbon. We'll see here. Oh, it's going to be okay. So there we go. We've got it like that. And just like that, we have a little treat holder, and they're really cute. Now you can dress them up, like I said, with the tag, with embellishments, that kind of thing. What can fit in? Even a package of cookies. This one has 2 cookies in it, and it'll fit in. So all kinds of little goodies will fit in here, ready to give to anybody that you want. So I'm just trying to play with the bow a little bit. There we go. So there's that one, and there's that one. So Hope you like that treat holder. If you're thinking, oh, I do need a treat holder, but I don't have that one, I'm just going to share with you, if you have the Trusty Tools dies, I know a lot of you got the Trusty Tools. If you take this one here, so it's like a label or a toolbox, and the handle, I made a little box to fit in there and cut 2 out of each of them and made one like that. So there's another little toolbox. Let me just, little treat holder. I do have the measurements in here, if I can get them out. These are not, they're just my working copy. So it was 3 by 5 scored at 1 inch on all 4 sides, and then came up just like we did. So those are the measurements for that. So take a look at your tools, your dies, your punches, and I'm sure you could come up with some treat holder ideas too. And if you do, I would love to see what you come up with. So feel free to share, and thank you. Oh, I was going to say this. We could put hi on here, right? And just put it on here somewhere like that. So we could add that if you wanted. All right, I better stop yapping. I'll see you tonight for our regular Monday night stamping. And there you go. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.